This is the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington.
As Rodney Harrington faces a charge of murder in the death of Joe Chernak, Rita Jacks waits. Now she fears further involvement in his death.
I'm glad you're here. I guess somebody else was left behind to mind the store.
Yeah, there haven't been 4 people in here all morning.
Want to have a little coffee?
Here you go. Ooh. I'll get your clean saucer.
Don't bother.
What's taking them so long?
I don't know.
Hi. What happened?
I got a recess, just like school. Hello, Mr. Carson.
Norman?
I got a subpoena for breakfast.
You had to be a witness?
Yeah. You ever been on the witness stand, Mr. Carson?
Yes, son. Once.
Well, Fowler's got a way of pulling things out of you. He made me say a lot of things that could hurt Rod.
Oh, Norm.
No, it's all right. I told the truth. I had to. Then Stephen got up and started firing questions at me. I didn't get the drift at first, but, well, by the time he got through, he made his point. He said Kim up is a pretty shaky witness. I have a good feeling that everything's going to be all right. Stephen said the truth's going to work for us, and I think it will. So, tonight it'll be all over. And I'll come back and get you, okay? Smile for me. Bye, Miss Carson.
Bye, Norman. You know, he's shaping up fine. That's a good boy.
Yes. Guess that's why he's such a bad liar.
He wouldn't be much of a man if he didn't try.
Oh, let me get you some hot coffee.
Thank you.
I'd like to call Miss Kim Shuster to the stand.
Miss Kim Shuster to the stand.
Kim, you're going to talk to Mr. Fowler now. Do you want Mommy to go with you? Okay. Come on.
Raise your right hand, please.
I think we can dispense with the oath. Kim.
Kim, the judge wants to talk to you.
Kim, do you know the difference between telling the truth and telling a fib? And when these gentlemen ask you questions, which will you tell?
The truth.
And you remember that before you answer each question. Mr. Fowler.
Kim, you remember the day you came to see me in my office? I asked you to say your name so the lady could write it down. Well, there's a man here today who wants to write down what you say. So when I ask you questions, will you speak your answers? Oh. When I ask you a question, will you talk to me?
Yes.
Good girl. Kim, the night Allison took you to the library, did you run away?
Yes.
Did you know what you were doing when you ran away? Did you say to yourself, I'm going to run away?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
The war.
Was there anyone else down there?
Yes.
How many people?
2.
Is either of those people in this room now?
Yes.
Can you point that person out?
Him.
Just so there'll be no doubt in the court's mind, would you touch the person you saw that night on the wharf?
Your Honor, the defense is willing to stipulate that the accused was on the wharf the night in question.
Please proceed.
Now, Kim, was there anyone else with Rodney Harrington that night on the wharf?
Yeah.
Is this the person that was with Rodney that night? Would you speak your answers, Kim, so the man can write down what you're saying?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd like to have this photograph of the deceased, Joseph Chernak, marked Peoples number 2 for identification.
The clerk will do so.
Hey, don't be frightened, Kim. Nobody's going to hurt you. Will you tell us what you saw that night on the wharf?
They were fighting.
Rodney and the man in the picture?
Yes.
What happened?
Rodney made the man fall.
How did Rodney make the man fall?
Rodney threw something.
If you saw that something again, would you recognize it?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to offer Peoples number 2 into evidence. Is this what Rodney threw at Joe Chernak?
Mr. Fowler, will you let the court reporter know what this is?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Peoples number 1 already marked. Please, Kim. Is this what it was?
Yes.
Rodney threw it at Joe Chernak?
Yes.
And then Joe Chernak fell from the wharf?
Yes.
And then he got up and he came after Rodney and then he fell down again? Let the record show that the witness is nodding in an affirmative manner. And he stayed down and he didn't move?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Kim. No further questions. Your Honor, in view of the present emotional state of the witness, I believe a brief recess would be in the child's best interest.
Proceed.
ready, Mr. Dow.
She's the child.
We don't have to use a sledgehammer?
Continue, but for heaven's sake, don't antagonize Judge Weber.
If it pleases the court, we would like to cross-examine the witness at this time.
Kim, would you like to rest now?
Kim, this man is going to ask you some questions now. Hello, Kim. Done an awful lot of talking today. You must be tired. Would you like a glass of water?
No.
Did you cry when you left the library? You don't remember?
No.
Do you remember what street you ran down?
No.
Well, did you see anyone before you got to the wharf?
No.
Was the moon out that night? Was it dark on the wharf? Let the record indicate that the witness is nodding yes. And scary.
Yes.
I bet there were a lot of shadows that looked like they were moving.
Yes.
And buildings that looked like they were reaching out for you, ready to swallow you up. Your Honor. What was Rodney wearing?
A jacket.
Is that all?
And
What was the other boy wearing?
don't know.
How far away from them were you?
The boat.
Were you hiding? Let the record indicate a gesture, a shrug. Because you were scared? Let the record indicate a shrug. Kim, you're deaf, aren't you?
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm attempting to introduce a known medical fact for the record.
Mr. Cord, I'm going to allow that question, but I must remind you of the age and nature of that witness. Let me caution you to use discretion. Proceed.
You are deaf, Kim.
Yes.
What does that mean? Does it mean that you can't understand what people are saying unless you can see their lips?
Yes.
What did Rodney say to the boy? What did the boy say to Rodney? Did the boy say, I'm going to kill you, Rodney?
Objection.
Did Rodney say, I don't want to fight you?
Objection.
Did Rodney say, I just want to talk to you?
Objection.
Mr. Cord!
Your Honor, I'm trying to establish...
I'm well aware of what you're trying to establish, Mr. Cord, but there's an objection before the bench.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Will you make your objection, Mr. Fowler?
Your Honor, counsel is attempting to put words in the witness's mouth.
Sustained.
And you don't know what they were saying, do you, Kim? I don't need this. What did I say, Kim?
I don't know.
What did I do?
Threw something away.
Threw something away.
Yes.
And you don't know what I said when I did it.
Oh.
No further questions.
Did you see Rodney Harrington throw this hook at Joe Chernak?
Yes.
No further questions. You can go back to your parents now, Kim.